Today, we are diving into a really powerful and, honestly, a pretty surprising new alliance in the fight for our planet's future: artificial intelligence versus the growing risks of climate change. So here's the big question we're going to unpack. How can generative AI, yep, the same kind of tech behind tools like ChatGPT, actually be used to protect our health from a changing climate? It's a fascinating and, frankly, critical question we need to be asking right now.
But first things first, to really get the solution, we have to understand the problem at its core, and that's the undeniable link between the health of our planet and our own personal health. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's pretty straightforward, really. Climate and environmental health is just the science of figuring out exactly how our surroundings, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the weather patterns all around us, how all of that directly affects our well-being and our risk of getting sick.
Okay, so if that's the problem, what about the solution? Well, this is where we introduce a very unexpected new tool in the toolbox: generative AI.
Now, when most of us hear generative AI, we immediately think of chatbots or making fun images. But its real power, especially for science, is its incredible ability to digest these enormous, messy datasets. I'm talking satellite images, weather data, public health stats all jumbled together, and then generate brand new insights from all that chaos. It can spot connections that are almost impossible for a human brain to see, and let's be real, the Earth's climate is one of the most complex systems out there.
So, how does this actually work in practice? Well, the first major use is in forecasting, using this AI to help us see our planet's future more clearly than ever before.
And this is where it gets really cool. Climate modeling is all about creating what you could call digital twins of our planet right inside a computer. Now, these aren't just static maps. They're living, breathing simulations where scientists can ask, what if? What happens if we cut emissions by 30%? What if global temps go up by 2 degrees? AI just makes these digital Earths way more accurate and way faster. So here's how it helps in 3 key ways. First up, it enhances those climate simulations by crunching just staggering amounts of data from satellites and sensors, making them so much more realistic. Second, this lets us do advanced environmental monitoring in almost real time. And third, all of that amazing data helps us with smarter urban and agricultural planning. Figuring out how to manage water or prepare cities for serious heat.
Okay, so that's the big picture, the planet-wide view. But what does this mean for you and me down here on the ground? Let's zoom right in and focus on how this tech can help protect people from very direct risks.
This is where AI's power gets personal. It can sift through local data to pinpoint exactly which neighborhoods are most vulnerable in a heat wave. It can track air pollution, not just citywide, but block by block. It can model how contaminants might spread in a water supply after a flood, or even predict where disease-carrying insects are most likely to show up next. It's all about turning massive data into local, life-saving knowledge. And all of this gives us a really clear blueprint for action. Step 1. Public health officials can use AI to identify those specific risks we just talked about. Step 2. They can send out early warnings to the public before a crisis actually hits. And Step 3, maybe the most important part, they can send resources like cooling centers or medical supplies to the exact places they're needed most. It's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Now, this all sounds incredibly promising, right? But as with any technology this powerful, we have to talk about the responsibilities and the challenges that are on the path ahead.
It's a balancing act, really. On one side, you have this incredible promise: predictive power, amazing speed, and massive scale. But that power has to be checked by some serious guardrails. We need transparency, so we know why the AI is making a certain recommendation. We absolutely have to have human oversight, real experts in the loop to sanity check the results. And we have to make sure these tools are used with equity and fairness, so they protect everyone, especially the most vulnerable among us.
And that brings us to the bottom line. This technology can give us an unprecedented glimpse into the future, showing us the risks that are just over the horizon. But the AI, it doesn't make the decisions. What we choose to do with that knowledge, how we decide to act and prepare and protect each other, well, that's still entirely on us. So the real question is, are we ready?
Hey, if you found this explainer useful, do us a favor and hit that like button. Leave a comment and subscribe. It honestly helps us a ton in making more of these.
And if you're someone who prefers to listen on the go, you can find the audio version of all our explainers over on Apple Podcasts. We've put the link right there for you in the description below.
And finally, we really want to hear from you. What's a complex topic you'd like to see us break down next? Drop your ideas in the comments section. Thanks for tuning in.